Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got a lot to go over today. With 24 hours left on the major order, we're going to give that one a real quick breakdown, and it appears that Sony isn't giving up on the PSN account requirements for PC games. There is an article that has just surfaced in the last 24 hours, and my, oh bloody my, it's like they just don't learn. We've got a load of other stuff to go over, including some clarification from Misty and some leaked content again, as the leaking community in Helldivers is on fire right now. We're going to dive on into everything that we have going today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming's, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and consoles, with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off. New games, pre-orders, the lot. Link in the description. Get over there and get your games a little cheaper today. But with that being said, let's dive on into the game and see what's happening. So starting off on the Galactic War table, we have a lot right here. We can take a look into the map and we can see full well that we have got Boar Rock. The Terminids are attempting to spread to Boar Rock. All Helldivers are called upon to deploy immediately to the planet's defense. Also on top of that, temporary arsenal augment for the orbital napalm barrage stratagem has been temporarily authorized for use by all Helldivers. And as you can see on the major order, we have got one planet remaining. We are pretty much clarifying that we're selecting Boar Rock and clearing it off quite nicely. You can see right here the liberation for this is pretty much secured, and once that is over, we will then be able to make our move on to the next phase for the DSS, which, yes, is taking a very long time, but we don't want to mess around with that one any longer. We are going to move on into the information which is really crippling the community right now, and it's this article right here that states Sony isn't giving up on the PSN account requirements for PC games. Company president says it's necessary so people can safely play its games. Hiroki Totoki admitted the requirement invites pushback, but Sony wants to maintain control over its games. This is absolutely insane that this is something that is out there on the internet right now. There is a ginormous article of which we're going to read you part of it, but the article goes on for quite some time, so I do recommend going and take a look at this for yourselves. But the main part that you guys need to know about is this bit right here. It states the following: it's fair to say that Sony's insistence on requiring a PlayStation Network account for PC games is not widely popular. Don't expect Sony to back off anytime soon though. Speaking in today's investors call, Sony President, Chief Operating Officer, the Chief Financial Officer, Hiroki Totoki, said PSN integration is necessary in order to ensure everyone can safely enjoy its games. We have learned a lot, Totoki said. The way to face the issues regarding PC, for instance, the PlayStation accounts that were offered, by offering them of instance, sometimes that tends to invite pushback, but for the live service games, in order to maintain order in the games so that anybody can enjoy the game safely, we need to create an environment conduct of that, and of course enjoying the game freely. Having some restrictions may not call it a rule, but to ask the users and gamers to follow the manner, and that balance is very important. We have to continue to seek the best way to achieve this. Now, this is a massive problem. I don't really understand why they're not giving up on this basis. This game, Helldivers, on its own has been out now for the best part of about 8 to 9 months, and what we're experiencing overall is that we were able to play the game safely, and with a live service modeling, it seems to have ran pretty damn smoothly, and they eradicated the need for a PlayStation Network account. They make some really hilarious statements in here, including that everyone can enjoy the game safely. Well, realistically, they still have 180 countries knocked off the grid that cannot play this game at the moment, so I don't really understand what they're talking about with that one, but I would say that we probably have another battle on our hands coming up very soon, as this shocking news is that the PlayStation Sony are not going to be giving up with making us sign in to require that PlayStation account. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I am absolutely gobsmacked that they're still forcing this narrative and are going to lean further in to try and push this one a little bit harder. In other news though, it seems that Super Earth has been attacked. although not for new divers. No, Helldivers 1 right now, Super Earth is attacked, and there is a Reddit post that went up with 1.4 thousand upvotes, and it appears that the gamers themselves are all starting to download Helldivers 1 just to get over there to show their support. This is brilliant, and I absolutely love this. If you haven't already got Helldivers 1, make sure you download it. Go ahead over and show some love over there for Super Earth in yet another realm of democracy, and go and help liberate that movement. Now, as we move into the actual moves for the game as far as issues go, Misty put up an article a couple of days ago over on that Arrowhead Zendesk, and this is regards to few files that fail to validate on Steam. She states the following: "This is completely normal. These files are authentication files that are generated and sent to our back end every time you launch the game. However, you have 10 or more files that consistently need validating. Please try the following: update your drivers, reinstall the game, delete the content of the Helldivers 2 app data folder." You can find this folder by pressing the Windows R key and then typing in the following, and please be aware that this will reset all of your in-game settings. If you're still encountering issues with your game, please submit a ticket and we'll get round to helping you as soon as possible, as apparently this does seem to be a bit of a problem at the moment. The fact that they've wrote up a whole article on this bit is quite a big key feature, because that would mean that a lot more people on PC are having this issue than maybe we first originally thought. And we're also going to take a look at some leaks right now, so we are moving into leak content. If you don't want anything to do with this part of the video, then please do leave now, but we have got some big informations, and this is going to be an interesting one. With that being said, let's see what's happening inside of the leak community. It states right here, old Dune weapons. The Dune Walker and the Dune Strider. Now, these are very old, nabbed from the February 26th files that could be used in an upcoming war bond. These are their file names, and actual in-game names may vary. Hoping that they add these with the desert biome. Arrowhead released Dust Devils already, I beg. This is something that we do really want to see. We've known these files to be in here a little bit for quite some time now, since the February 26th, and this has been a really interesting one, man, because these are not in the game files anymore as far as I believe, but these were highly wanted weapons. We've known the teeth to be hanging off of these for quite some time, and it would be really cool if we had something along these lines. Now, what it is that they'd be able to do, no idea. We can tell that the pistol itself is like a laser style pistol. We know the design, we've seen it before. As far as the Walker at the top, don't know how that one could actually operate. It'll be interesting to see how that one would play out. But on top of that, we also have some really old files that are no longer in the game, and we don't know if this is going to be actually ever put in. But this is the city center assets that were found in Old Depot February 23rd. Now, this is absolutely huge, because as you can see on the plaque right here, it says Capital Tower of Super Earth, dedicated to the memory of all who gave their lives for our country and to our heroes whom continue to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedom and sacred way of life. Now, Sunday Night, the person that actually posted this up, does put a disclaimer that these are not currently in our files. Since February 28th, the game leak removal of Arrowhead found this in the very old version of the game, specifically the 23rd of February, and could very much be scrapped content. Anyway, this is called the City Center Tower. Some parts may not be in the correct location, but this is the closest I could do to fit all 4 parts into one. Now, this is absolutely huge, and if we could have something like this, I think it would be absolutely incredible. I'd love to see something like this come in the game, that urban look, that city center aspect, and it just has to come in at some stage. We can't keep going around these deserted biomes of just emptiness and rock. I need something a little bit deeper. And looking into your top comments, this one right here is a very interesting one, as we were talking about how Arrowhead and Helldivers are helping along the top few games of Astrobot and Ghost of Tsushima to actually carry Sony into its profit margins, which is hilarious, and you guys that lent into this big time. You stated right here, you mean Sony didn't have to spend 200 million on a game, another 200 million on failed studio? Sadly, they make this less impressive. Is all the countries still locked out? Where do they find these Sony executives who perform so poorly? And unfortunately, it is definitely true, and it seems like they're not probably going to unlock those characters anytime soon, which is why we still don't have the review bomb cape. They were looking for the perfect time, and it seems like Sony are sticking their foot down, and it's never actually going to come. And as well on that, you guys really jumped into it as well. You stated, ironic that Helldivers is carrying Sony, but Sony still won't unban 155 countries of divers, including many of my initial squad mates, or even allow the downvote cape to proceed. Yeah, 100%. And people are so against the whole Sony narrative that we even had this one right here with hundreds of likes on it stating, I'm a Steam diver, not a Sony diver. Yeah, we have got a really, really big story ahead, and seeing what it is that Sony could potentially do, this is kind of concerning and kind of worrying. So we'll see where it leans into, but that unfortunately is all we got time for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.